Dolly.
Hi. That's
Good morning. Great morning. Wonderful morning. Spectacular morning. Outstanding morning. Magnificent morning. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Again, the beautiful reminder of choice. And what is that choice about? It's about how you're going to think. It's about what you're going to make things mean. Now, really think about that. Everything is fundamentally meaningless. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. So think about any situation that happens in your life. It just is, and you're the one who gets to give meaning to whatever that is, no matter when it happened. Even something from the past, maybe something in the present, maybe it's something that you're thinking about in the future. So you get to decide what it means. And from there, you're led onto a vibratory state, and that vibratory state is the attractive force in your life. It's what determines where you go, what comes to you, what you're repelled by, what's repelled by you, all of that, all starting from how you think, what you imagine to be true. And that's what both Dolly and I have tapped into and learned from who we believe was the best at teaching this, and that was Bob Proctor. We wanted to understand more about who we were and how our minds worked, and to connect with inner cause to change our outer results. And when you learn how to do that yourself too, we know what happens. You grow in a big, beautiful way. It's such an amazing way to live. And it's how you're supposed to live. Now, does that mean that it's easy to do that? No, it's not. But it is simple. It's very simple. As within, so without. Very simple. There's a thing that we talk about when we share this information with people and talk about how there's only two things you need to know in order to deliver a different result. You just need to know where you are and then where you want to be, and then what do? You get to work. Now, really think about that. It's really simple. It's really obvious. But the question is, from here is if it's so simple and obvious, then why is it so difficult? See, that's where understanding paradigms comes into play. The reason why you struggle to make the change is not because anything's wrong with you. It's just because the program in you, your conditioning, your paradigm, because that's what it is, does not recognize the conclusion. When you learn how to reprogram that, when you learn how to change it so it's in harmony with how you'd love things to be, you know what changes? The results of your life. And that is amazing when you think about it. It's amazing. And that's what we want for you. This is what both Dolly and I want for you. We want you to understand that, which is why we have another event coming up tomorrow called Emergence to help you to understand that. And we do invite you to invite other people to come along too as well, because the world needs to hear this information. So go to www.elevitality.com and register for Emergence, and we'll see you there tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and tap into something else from beautiful Neville Goddard. And again, you know how much we love Neville. And Neville is who we study with our private clients. And oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing when you think about this in terms of what he shares. And I'm going to talk about free will. And he talks about free will in a very clean and easy way to understand. Now, will, what he's talking about here is how you're thinking, what you're focusing on to where you're focusing from. And many people think, for instance, that they have free will to act, but that's not true. An act, what I'm talking about, is behavior. No, all of your actions automatically happen. Think about that. What you do, what you don't do, it automatically happens based from the vibratory state you're in, which is caused by how you're thinking. See, the only free will you have is the free will to choose your thoughts. That's it. That's the only thing you have control over is what's in your mind. Everything else is an effect. Feelings, for instance, you don't have control over your feelings. Your feelings always tell the truth, but you do have control over which feelings take the stage. When you learn how to shift how you're thinking, the matching feeling will take the stage. Think about that. When you're afraid, when you have fear, it's because how you're thinking is rooted in worry and doubt. You know what? Fear is directly related to that. If you want to get rid of the fear, you got to start thinking from deep understanding. That will lead to faith. And notice how they're completely opposite. So here I'm going to share what he says about this. And again, this is from Neville Goddard in The Power of Awareness on the chapter of free will. I will be is a confession that I am not. And here he's referencing a statement from the good book, not my will, but thine be done. Now, I will be is a confession that I am not. The Father's will is always I am. Until you realize that you are the Father, and there is only one I am, and your infinite self is that I am, your will is always I will be. In the law of assumption, your consciousness of being is the Father's will. Your consciousness of being, that's the Father's will. In other words, how you're thinking inside, the character that you're playing, the ideal that you're consenting to is the I will be. One day I'll be rich. I got news for you. You're always going to be thinking that way. It's always going to be one day I'm going to be rich. Remember, I will be is a confession that I am not. So the mere wish without the consciousness is the my will. This great quotation, so little understood, is a perfect statement of the law of assumption. Remember, everything depends on your attitude toward yourself. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized by you. What is that? That's an assumption about you, which shows up on the without. It is impossible to do anything. You must be in order to do. Which leads me to that wonderful slogan that all of us know about from Nike. Just do it. And everybody knows, okay, oh yeah, no, I know, just do it, just do it. And then it's like a deer in headlights. How? See, there's not an understanding that in order for you to do, you must first be. You know what the true powerful statement is to do it? It's just be it. Be it where? Be it inside. Claim the identity. Think from it as if it's happening now. That will lead to you doing what you need to do. Gosh, it's so good when you think about it. And again, it all ties to the concept you have of yourself. See, that's what we teach here at Elevitality. This is what we want you to understand when it comes to making changes in your life. Don't concern yourself with the outer things. Don't try to change the outer world. Change the inner world, and the outer world will follow. Remember, signs always follow, they never precede. Sowing, reaping, cause and effect. That's where it's at. Now, as a reminder, before we go into these quotes from Christian Larson, the reminder for you to get The Secret of the Ages, to get this version of the book. We'll send you a link to purchase this if you want to get this for you, if you haven't done so already. This is an edition from the very first edition of The Secret of the Ages. This is what you see in the beginning of The Secret. This is the book that Rhonda Burns carried in her suitcase that was revealed and shared with her. And it's going to be absolutely amazing for you. And when you do get it, yes, read it, yes, study it, yes, memorize it. underline it, highlight it, but most importantly, apply it, because that's the way it's going to help you. It's the way that what I just shared with you is going to help you. It's not going to help you to know it and say, oh my gosh, that was really cool. No, you must apply, which is like the first lesson in emergence application, baby. The golden rule. All right, so let's go into this. But before we go into this, for those of you who are watching this live stream and want to tap into what's coming next and watch the replays, do yourself a favor, stop thinking about it, and go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You will thank yourself later. All right. Now,